Monarch Media presents the latest edition of Wake Up with Wilder, our weekly chat with head football coach Bobby Wilder on the ODU football program. Good morning, Coach.
Good morning to you. Fired up. We're well rested. Here we go.
The playoffs have begun. Monarchs get a 36-31 win at UTSA. A slow start, but a great finish.
Yeah, it was a tough start for us, Ted. Down 14-3 early. We just weren't finishing things on offense in this game, and you always get concerned when your first 4 trips into the red zone with an opportunity for 28 points, you come out with 9. Fortunately, Chris Kirtley made 3 of those 4 field goals, but this was a game early on we really had to battle to stay in it.
It's a perfect example of how you just never know what's going to happen. You can have your game plan, you can look at your film, etc., but you really never know what's going to happen on game day. A homecoming, excited team from UTSA came out and played well. You mentioned all week long in your coach speak, best 1-7 team in the country. They look pretty good.
They are. They're a good football team. Larry Coker, their head coach, is one of my favorite people in the business. I've always felt like he's just a genuinely good person. A lot of success, as you know, at Miami with a national championship. And you're right, those guys play hard. They have good football players. They've been beat up, a lot of injuries, lost their starting quarterback. They were playing their backup, but a team that was excited to play at home.
What turned the game around in your mind?
I really felt like when we got to the second quarter, Ted, all of a sudden we were a different football team. For whatever reason, we just started to settle down. We chipping away, got a couple field goals, got it to 14-9, and our defense just kept getting stops. And through the second quarter, Ted, and until there were 18 seconds to go in the third, we outscored them 20-0 in that stretch. So we turned a 14-3 deficit into a 23-14 lead with just better consistent play, better gap control on defense, and the guys were really playing well for those 2 quarters.
And the Monarchs, of course, can't make it easy on anybody. You had control of the game, then gave it back, and then the seesaw stuff started happening. How do you maintain your composure as a head coach when it comes to the craziness that starts ensuing?
When you have so much newness on your team with 33 first or second year players, it's so challenging to get them to just play the next play. And I was talking to him about that yesterday in the team meeting. We created our own adversity, Ted, late in the third quarter at up 23-14. Defense gets a stop, so it's looking like business as usual now, second and third quarter. And then the offense, we go 3 plays and out. We miss a deep pass down the middle to Pascal. He's wide open. David just overthrows him. So we go 3 and out. Then we get an 11-yard punt. Now they got the ball in the 35, and you can just feel it on our sideline. And then they run the double pass that we had well defended. Brandon Addison's in great position. Sean Carter comes over the top, and the kid just makes an unbelievable catch. They score. Now it's 23-21, and you can feel the shift in momentum.
In the end, the offense did what it needed to do, and the defense comes up big, couple of stops down the stretch.
Yeah, it was at that point, Ted, they score to make it 23-21. We come back and answer. We score, it's 30-21. Then they answer again from that. It's 30-28. We have a nice drive, get stopped. They kick a field goal to take the lead. And then really the drive of the game for us, we go 5 plays, 75 yards. David Washington's 4 for 5 for 75 yards with a drop on that drive. He was nearly perfect. The touchdown pass to Duhart, and then the 2 big stops at the end to win it.
36-31, the final score. Afterwards, you said you could hang that one on the defense, pulling through when it mattered most.
Yeah, that's something, Ted, that we just haven't seen a lot around here. Those huge stops at the game by the defense. We stopped them on our 4-yard line, and then we stopped them on our 13 at the end to win the game. And we just had some huge plays at the end, Ted. Martez Simpson with a big tackle. Sean Carter on a screen pass. They had us on splits. 2 offensive linemen makes a game-saving tackle, and then a couple passes defended at the end by Sean Carter and Aaron Young, so you could spread it around all the kids on defense, and what they did in just an emotional win. That was as happy a locker room as I've seen after. And you mentioned the playoff mode. It was 3 of 4. Now it's down to 2 or 3 right now, and we're feeling really good with 2 of those 3 at home.
Monarchs 4-5 now with a huge game at Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium Saturday at noon. UTEP comes to town. Got to have that place rocking on Saturday. It's a huge game.
We do, Ted. I feel like I said this to our team. This is our biggest home game since the playoff games of 2012 because of the implications. Even though we're a 4-5 team, if we can get 2 of 3 with the 7 bowl affiliations we have in conference Conference USA, there's a great opportunity for us to go to our first ever bowl game, and for these kids, an opportunity to make history.
A word about the Miners.
A Sean Kugler team, an offensive lineman, offensive line coach for the Steelers, tough, physical. They do it up front. In their last 4 games, Ted, they've won 4 of 5, but in their last 4 defensively, they've only allowed 20 points a game. They've got guys back healthy. They're playing physical. This is going to be a battle right down to the wire, I would suspect.
ODU and UTEP, Saturday. It's a noon kickoff. Set the alarm. Maybe get up early this week so you get geared up. For the coach, Bobby Wilder, I'm Ted Alexander. This is Wake Up with Wilder on Monarch Media.